Okay, I've got it open to the right page here. Okay, I remember it pretty well, but I don't remember every word. I'm not word perfect. I'm not a computer. I'm an artist. All right, so you remember the roles that I gave you, right? Do you remember? Okay, so I'm supposed to be Juliet. And Miguel is going to be, who is he again? I think I'm the guy, Romeo. I think his name is Romeo. Do I have to climb up somewhere? I'm supposed to be on a balcony, right? And Miguel is in the street somewhere. What cars run into him? You don't know when this play is set? When it's set. All right, it takes place in the past. They didn't have any cars, all right? How did they, visit their friends and relatives in other places? They took a ship, all right? Or they rode horses, or they rode in carriages, okay? But they weren't horseless carriages. They were carriages with horses, okay? Meaning that they were pulled. And it took a long time. When he's below the balcony, it doesn't mean he's in the street, okay? You've got balconies overlooking courtyards, right? That's the kind of situation we're looking at here, okay? Can you please have some concept in your mind of place, unity of place, action, and getting it right, all right? That's the unity we need here. All right, so let's get started here, all right? So I'm gonna feed you your lines in case you don't remember them. I had you listen to the dialogue over the weekend. Did you do that? Okay, so you told us that the main rule of the improv theater, the main rule is that you shouldn't be over-prepared, right? Is that right? Did you say that? I think you said that at the last rehearsal. That is correct. I'm asking you the question once again. Did you listen to the recording of the play? I was afraid that I'd be over-prepared, and I was very nervous for this day. It's my first time doing Shakespeare. Okay, I'd heard about him before, but I haven't seen any of the movies, even with DiCaprio. All right, and you, Miguel? Gabriel and I got together over the weekend just to sort of prepare together. When Gabriel reminded me that you had said how important it is not to be over-prepared. Okay, what you're saying is you didn't prepare at all? Fine, it doesn't matter. We'll take a look at how Shakespeare is performed by total zeros. Okay, so I'm going to feed you your lines, all right? So the scene opens, what do we got here? In Capulet's orchard, all right? So you're Juliet, you're Capulet, that's your last name, all right? Your first name is Juliet, your last name is Capulet, all right? And Romeo, your last name is, do you remember? Alpha. What do you mean Alpha? Well, I think it's Alpha Romeo. No, that's a car. Your name is Romeo Montague. Montague is your last name. Watch the DiCaprio movie at least for next time, all right? At least the music will be something that you've heard before. All right, what do we have here? Romeo, it says Capulet's orchard, okay? It's Act 2, Scene 2, all right? Romeo is coming forward. Okay, we're going to go right to the part where he's got to say his stuff about Juliet, okay? So he sees her, and this is what he says, okay? It's poetic, and it's beautiful, all right? So you got to pretend like you understand beauty. So you sit right there. I'm going to feed you your lines, okay? But soft, what light through yonder window breaks, it is the east, and Juliet is the sun. But soft. Juliet is soft? No, soft means be quiet, all right? It means be quiet. He says be quiet, and then he starts speaking a lot? Why doesn't he just stay quiet himself? No, because he's saying he wants everything to be still and quiet so he can focus on and gazing at her. Okay, she's up there and she's really beautiful. She doesn't look anything like Gabriel. Okay, she's beautiful. All right, imagine that. So don't look at Gabriel. When you can do the scene with your eyes closed if you have difficulty imagining being in love. Well, no, I like Gabriel very much. It's just that I don't know why I would say soft when I meant. Can I just say be quiet? No, you cannot say be quiet, all right? This is old language. We can't change the old language. Why not? People won't understand it. All right, even if they don't know the phrase, they will understand from context that you're not saying, I need you to be not hard, but to be soft, okay? They're going to understand that. Are you sure? What if some children come and they can't really understand things just from context? All right, children are not going to come to this play, okay? It's hard for them to understand. And if they do, okay, they'll watch the costumes and the sets and all of that, all right? Or they'll bring their headphones and, their AirPods and they'll listen to rap during the performance. It doesn't matter, okay? You're not performing to people who can't appreciate. I mean, come on. I mean, pearls before swine. So don't worry about the people who don't understand, okay? You just say the words as I say them to you, all right? Just repeat after me. But soft. But soft. What light through yonder window breaks, it is the east and Juliet is the sun. What light through yonder window breaks? How can light break a window? I mean, light just... If a window is transparent, then the light passes through it without breaking it. And if the window is opaque,
the light just stays on the other side. It doesn't break on through to the other side.
No, they're not saying break does not mean to actually break, physically break the window. It means the light is appearing, okay? The sun is coming up.
But I thought this was taking place in the evening.
All right, it was, okay, but he's comparing. All right, the sun is not actually going up. The sun is going down or has gone down, all right? But when Juliet appears on the balcony, she's so beautiful and radiant. She's radiantly beautiful that it would be poetically possible to compare her to the sun.
But the sun doesn't shine at night.
Yes, it doesn't. But when Juliet appears, it's as if the sun has come up at night because she's so radiantly beautiful.
Whoa. And they do that with like special makeup?
They do what with special makeup?
Well, how do they make her shine or glow? Do they use lights or...
Look, it's a metaphor. It doesn't mean that she's literally... It doesn't mean that she has radiation poisoning and she's actually glowing in the dark. It means that she's so beautiful that his eyes are dazzled by her beauty as if by a bright light, okay? You have to understand it poetically, metaphorically, not literally. I see that you're just not accepting of working with slightly archaic, language forms. Is that the problem?
It's not that. It's just, I mean, if you want me to react to something, in a realistic way, then I have to understand what I'm reacting to. And these words are kind of strange.
All right. Well, okay, look. Why don't you go and put in your AirPods, all right? And just listen to the part. Just so that you know what it should sound like, okay? And then you can give it your own interpretation later, all right?
Well, yeah, I guess so. Okay.
Gabriel, you want to come up here? Oh, okay, yeah. I'll help you with your lines. Oh, with my lines, yeah, because I didn't learn them at all. But I was thinking, if this is improvisational theater, then why is it that we're reading some lines that somebody has already written? Like, first of all, a really long time ago, all right, so maybe it's not interesting to people nowadays. And second of all, written in this really, really florid, kind of turgid, arcane sort of language, okay, that people don't understand. All right, look, this is classic theater, okay? This is the playwright in the English language, perhaps of the world, okay? And you're gonna knock him because he doesn't talk like a rap star. I just thought that maybe it would be more in the spirit of improvisation if you just told us what's going on in the scene, and then we would kind of, just kind of act it out. All right, fine, okay, I agree with you. You can make up your own lines, and then you'll fill them in later with sort of the actual text. All right, we'll try it that way, okay? I accept your suggestion gratefully. You can go over there, you get together with Miguel, and you just pretend like you're, take your positions as Romeo and Juliet. I'm Juliet. That is right, you are Juliet. All right. Okay, so Miguel, I'm Juliet, so I have to be higher than you.
Well, why? Because you're a woman?
No, it's because I'm on the balcony, remember?
Oh, that's right, I'm sorry, I forgot. Yes, okay, I guess I'm ready.
Okay, but I won't climb up there because I might fall down right on your face or something.
Well, yeah, I hope you don't fall. Try not to fall.
Well, I'll just sit right here.
You won't fall, will you?
I'll try not to fall over while I'm sitting.
Okay.
All right, look, nobody's going to fall over while they're sitting. Are you ready? Oh, yes, I'm ready.
Oh, yes, I'm ready.
All right, okay, so here you go. Miguel, you're looking up at Gabriel.
Well, if I look up, I can't see him.
All right, you pretend like you're looking up. Don't look up at the ceiling. Look at Gabriel. And imagine you're looking up.
Well, maybe if I sort of scrunch down like this, then I can kind of look up.
All right, you don't have to do that. We'll work with the head motions later. Just look at him. Oh, yeah, Miguel's looking at me.
I'm looking at him. Oh, I didn't look at him for a minute, but I'm looking at him again. No, I mean, I wasn't, but no, I am. No, I'm not. Oh, no, I'm looking at him. I'm not going to turn my head and tell you.
All right, fine. Look, Miguel, this is... Okay, and Juliet. Okay, you're looking at Juliet, Miguel, all right? Romeo, that's you, Miguel.
Oh, yes, okay, I'm looking at Juliet.
All right, you have to look at her with longing in your eyes.
With longing in my eyes?
Because you're in love with her, all right? And you think she's beautiful.
Okay, so I'm looking at her, I think she's beautiful. I don't know how to show that, though.
All right, just kind of give some depth to your eyes, as if there's thought behind them. Thought and feeling behind your eyes.
You mean like they're itchy and I have to scratch them?
Not that kind of feeling. Feeling like real emotional attachment, and love and romance and longing. You don't know how to do that?
I don't know. I love a lot of things, I guess, but I don't know if it's that kind of love. Well, okay, I'll just imagine that I'll try to imagine.
All right, okay, and you, Juliet? That's you, Gabriel.
Me, yeah.
You've got to come out and you say something like, I'm really sad that Romeo's got the wrong name because of that I can't be with him.
If I don't like his name, I could just call him like John or like Raphael or something, couldn't I?
No, the idea is that at that time he was from the family that there was a blood feud between the two families. They hated each other, all right? And so they had to hide their feelings for each other because they would have been punished by their own relatives, their own cousins.
Whoa. Why?
Well, because that's what it was like in those days, okay? Somebody hurt somebody else and the other person took revenge, and then somebody took revenge on the guy that took revenge, and then it never stops. Well, it stopped at the end of the play thanks to their love. Thanks to the fact that they fell in love with each other, okay? The two families started loving each other, or at least tolerating each other.
Wow, so it has a happy ending?
Well, not exactly. You don't even know the ending? You don't even know what happens at the end?
Well, no, because we decided not to be over-prepared.
Yeah, so that they fall in love and they get married and they live happily ever after, and then their grandchildren don't like each other.
No, that's not it at all. It's called a comedy, but it's actually tragic.
It's like a tragic comedy?
Not exactly. It's just, they die, all right? They die.
They die? Why would they die if they're in love?
Yeah, why would they hurt each other if they're so in love with each other?
They didn't kill each other. They died. It's hard. Look, we'll get to that later, okay? So I just want you staring. I want you staring at Gabriel and imagining that he's the sun coming up, all right? And, okay, imagine he's the sun coming. What are you doing with your hand?
Well, I'm covering my eyes because the sun is so bright.
Look, no, Romeo did not do that. He wanted to see her because she was beautiful. He didn't cover her eyes. It's a metaphor. She's not literally dazzlingly bright. Just as you are definitely not dazzlingly bright. Obviously that you don't understand something simple like that.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I haven't done Romeo and Juliet before. I was just the second lord in All's Well That Ends Well.
I know you said that at the audition. Come on now. All right, and Gabriel, you have to be very pensive. Pensive. Yeah, you're thinking and feeling, to yourself, sort of, because you're in love and you're sad and you're sorry that the Romeo's got the wrong name and so you can't be with him.
Oh, wow. I'm sorry they gave him the wrong name. Why couldn't they have given him a different name? Then we could be together.
No, that's not true. You couldn't be together because he was a member of another family.
Then why are we talking about names if everything is like... I mean, it's like, they say that like a rose by any other name would smell as sweet. So what I'm saying is that what does it matter what name he has?
All right, the phrase about a rose by any other name would smell as sweet. Where does that phrase come from?
Well, from the English language.
All right, and what work of literature does it come from?
Well, I don't know. It's just something everybody knows.
It comes from Romeo and Juliet, from this very scene that you're doing, that you should have listened to over the weekend, all right? And you should know that. So don't be quoting to me a line from the scene when I'm reading it right now in the book, and you're trying to justify the irrational plot line and development of the book based on something you don't even know because you didn't prepare, because you thought you're not supposed to be prepared at all, but this whole scene is going to take all day long. It's going to take all day because you don't know anything.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that trying to get at the internal logic of the literary work is somehow a crime all of a sudden.
No, it's okay, Gabriel. Can we take a break, little wolf? Can we take a short break?
Yeah, take a break. You're back. You came back early. All right, great. That's conscientious. Okay, you ready to work?
We have kind of a surprise for you, little wolf.
You're surprised. Okay, what's that?
Instead of taking a coffee break, we decided to rehearse the scene ourselves.
The way we ourselves would interpret it.
How can you interpret something you don't even know? You haven't even heard the story yet. You didn't listen to it because you didn't have time. I know that. Because you came back early.
We imagined what it would be like, in a situation like that.
Yeah, we want to show you what it kind of looked like, what we came up with.
All right. Yeah, okay, let me see.
Wow. That girl's like a beautiful sun, and I'll bet you she's really smart, too. I'll bet you the things she says are really smart.
I have these feelings, like I like I want to be in love, and I need to be in love. I need to feel love, and sometimes it's hard to love myself. But if I could just love somebody outside of myself, if I could latch on to them, and have all my feelings the way he sees me, the way I see him, that sort of in that sort of continuous loop of emotions swirling round and round and round, I could find solace. I could find sanctuary for myself. I could learn to love myself because I would see how I was loved by another. Romeo, why does he have to be called that? It's not that I don't like the name. It's that because of these names that we give things, we can't be together. I can't go in the door that's marked exit because you can only come out of there. They name a door something different and you can't go through it. Everything in our world is always forbidden. There's always something you can't do. So I'm just expressing. I'm expressing to the moon or the sun or to the stars or the sky or to the cicadas that I'm really sad that you can't do things that you want to do even when you have really good feeling like love, like you have only good feelings for somebody, you can't be with them. People, the criteria is never love. It's never, let's do this because we love something. It's always, we have to forget about love. We can't do anything if there's love. I mean, you work for some corporation, and if you fall in love with somebody, and that person falls in love with you, but then you like have a fight, like a lover's spat, like they always have, and then that person says you did something bad to them or something, that they'll attack the company. They could bankrupt the company, or because the company is the répondant supérieur. Don't you understand?
No, I don't understand.
What I'm saying is that there's all these barriers to people just expressing, love for each other. Somebody's telling you all the time, nobody will love you if you don't buy this deodorant, or if you don't get a tattoo, or if you don't have a nice car, or something like that. And people kind of believe that.
Why would they believe something like that?
Well, I mean, if in the past they believed that you can't be with somebody because they have a different name, I mean, that doesn't make any sense. But the stuff we do doesn't make any sense either.
Are you saying that nothing ever changes? Like what was true in Shakespeare's day is also true in our day?
Well, I guess if that's what the play is about. I mean, is that kind of what the play is about, Little Wolf?
Well, I would say that's an admixture, your interpretation, gentlemen and ladies. I see logical reasoning on the one hand and fantasizing or theorizing from a romantic sort of completely unrealistic point of view. You're going to change the whole world? Look, you love one man. You can't change the whole world just because you want to be with one man. You got to find a way to be with him.
I'm sorry, I don't understand that. I mean, when I was trying to get into the role, I tried to imagine what it was like. And, I mean, if the only barrier to being together is some ridiculous thing like what name somebody is, all right? And if there's no problem, if the feelings between you and the person you love are mutual, then I mean, why can't we just say, okay, let's change all the rules that don't make any sense, and then we can be together, and then not only can we be together, me and Romeo, but everybody can be with anybody they want. Instead of, changing the world one couple at a time, you could change everything.
Are we propagandizing love? Okay, is that what we're doing here? Well, this is a theater, all right? First of all, okay, it's not a non-profit, all right? That's first of all. Right? We have to cover expenses. Second of all right, you saw what the critics did to us already, okay? They tore us apart, all right? If you're going to do something experimental like that with one of your first productions, okay, that's not going to go over. That's going to go over like a lead balloon, all right? And when I say lead balloon, it's not going to go over at all. You're not going to be able to lift it, okay? Lead balloons do not fly, just like your idea does not fly. In this particular case, I'm not saying it doesn't have merit, but I am saying that you're not going to evoke tears with speeches like that. You got to appeal to the heart. Okay, and you're trying to go through consciousness. You're not going to tug at anybody's heartstrings, all right, by going through the consciousness, all right, because that's a full body type of thing. That's a full entity kind of thing. All right, we're trying to get tears here, not understanding.
Oh, how can we do that, Miguel? We can't talk about the things we're thinking or understanding. We can only talk about what we're feeling.
Or we could show that somehow.
So I guess opening night is tonight, is that right?
That's right, okay. Remember, I promised the critics only one rehearsal. No more than one rehearsal.
Well, okay, I guess I'm ready.
I guess I'm ready.
I'll see you tonight. Good evening, everyone. I'm very happy that you have come. For your listening and viewing pleasure this evening, I'm proud to present Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet. Curtain, please.
But soft, what light through yonder window breaks. Her beauty is so bright that it's like staring into the sun that brings tears to my eyes. Not just because it's bright and making them tear up, but because she's so beautiful. But I know that I can't be with her.
Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? Why is it that I love you and I can't be with you just because you have a different name? That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense.
I want to be with you too, Juliet, because you're so beautiful. And we can't be together, but that doesn't make any sense.
All right, stop the production. Stop the production. Stop crying.
I can't.
It's such a terrible, tragic story.
Look, you're not supposed to cry yourselves. It's not in the scene that you cry.
We know that they both die. It's tragic.
It's terrible. Why would anybody want to watch people suffer like that?
Yeah, it's just,
I couldn't keep from crying.
I could keep from crying.
All right? Yeah, okay, the audience is walking out. Yes, all right. Fine, you can go. All right, we gave it our best shot. Just because okay, that proves we didn't over-rehearse, all right? You want to go away in a huff, that's fine, okay? But we were true to our word. We didn't over-rehearse. That's why they were touched, all right? They were thinking, okay? They're feeling the part. It's better than most actors do. They actually have real emotions associated with, the feelings and the events that happen to the actors, all right? That actually, tugs at their heartstrings, all right? Enough to break down and ruin a performance, all right? But that proves to you that they're genuine. If you don't want genuinosity, all right, you can go to Broadway, okay? If you want something real, you can come to us. Goodbye.